In this lesson, you're going to learn how to modify the type font, size and color of a particular cell or a group of cells. In the previous lesson, I showed you how to select a group of cell or the active cell. For example, you can press Ctrl A. You can highlight the particular cells that you want to be highlighted. For example, we want to highlight the first row, and you also pressing the Control key also want to highlight the column A. So let's say we want to make these words bold because they are important to our data. We can press this button called bold, or you can use the keyboard shortcut Control B to make them bold. And we can also make them italicized. You can press this keyboard, or you can use the keyboard shortcut Control I. Okay, so let's say we want to change the background color of that particular heading. We can choose these assigned colors from the theme colors. You can choose either to make them blue, and we can choose the font color of whatever we want these letters to display. You can also choose them. For example, we're going to choose either from the theme colors, or you can choose standard colors. Let's just choose red as an example. Once you deselect, you can see the application, how our modification has impacted our data. Okay. Another thing we can do, we can select, because these are our totals, we can select all these rows. Then we can do something called an underline, and if you click on the drop down arrow, you can do a single underlining or a double underlining. But because these are results, we can do double underlining, and if you deselect, you can see that double underlining has been applied to each and every result in the corresponding column. This type of formatting of fonts, colors and backgrounds I just use to beautify or make your data much more presentable. Okay. Another thing that you can be able to do, once you select, let's say we select this first column, press Control, then you select this row. What you can do, we can select the font over here, and we can change the default font from the current preset one that we have been assigned by Excel. And remember, whatever type of font that you have access to depends on your operating system and the type of fonts installed within your computer. Okay. Let's change this one, for example, into Arial Narrow. You can increase the font by 1 or decrease the font. You can increase the font by a particular value, or you can decrease it by a particular value. Whatever you decide to do, this is just a way to beautify your data so that it can present it to other people. It does not affect your tabulations or calculations, but it's just a basic requirement or need, so that in case if you need to change something on your Excel document, you know where you can find the options. And all this function of modifying your text, font, color and background is found in the Home tab under the font section. Take time, if you need to find what suits you, then do the necessary. See you in the next lesson.